Oh, 6.2, which is graph negative lines. So before we graph negative lines, I want to take a moment and graph some of the positive lines. So hopefully you're looking on the screen. Okay. So the y-intercept and slope. Now we've talked about slope before. Slope is a fraction. On the top, you're going to have up or down. And on the bottom, you're going to go to the right. And it's a number. So it could be 3, it could be 2 over 3. That means that you're going to go up 3 over, you're going to go up 2 over 3. Or if I put a negative sign in front of it, it means you're going to go down 2 and over 3. So remember that a slope is a fraction. So the y-intercept is right here. That's the y-intercept. So you say that 1 is the y-intercept, okay? Okay. And the slope, remember the slope is always a fraction. So here's our slope. So our slope is 2 over 5. Okay, so now that we have this information, uh, which means you're going to do what? Which means you're going to go up 2 and to the right 5. Means you're going to up 2 and to the right 5. All right, so let's play this game, okay? All right, so the y-intercept is 1. All right, we've talked about the y-intercept, and this is the y-axis. This is the y-axis. So we're trying to find out where this point happens on the y-axis. So we're going to start here at the point of origin, and it says the y-intercept is 1. So we're just going to go up 1, and our point is right here. All right, that's where our point is. Okay, so that's our y-intercept, and the slope is up 2 and to the right 5. So from this point, we're going to go up 2, 1, 2, and then go to the right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our second point is going to be right here. All right. So this is our first point. That's our second point. All right. So now that we have our 2 points, it says graph the line. Okay. Graph the line. All right. Or grafica la recta. All right. So look, here's the points, and I want to put a line that goes through both points. It's going to look a little crazy, but that's it. Okay, good. So now this is a positive line. Why do we know it's positive? Because the 2 is positive. The 2 is positive. But once again, if it was a negative 2 over 5, then from this point we would go down 2 and over 5. But this is a positive 2 over 5. So we went up 2 over 5. Okay. Positive lines rise right, and negative lines fall right. So let me show you exactly what I mean. Okay. A positive line rises right. I can't use that one. Let me use a different. Yeah, we use this. A positive line rises right, and a negative line falls right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let us move on. All right, this one says graph the line y equals negative 1 over 3 or 1/3 x plus 4. Remember, this is a negative number. So negative numbers go down. It's going down in the DM. Okay, so all right, and our y-intercept is right here. So if you remember, y equals mx plus b, right? Do you remember seeing that? Have I shown you that? The m is the slope, and that's always going to be a fraction, and the b is the y-intercept. So our 0.4, our plus 4 is right here. The y-intercept is 4, okay? The slope is -1/3, which means that we're going to do something fun, right? We're going to go down 1/3. We're going to go down 1 and over 3. That's what it means. Remember, it's a fraction. Down 1 and over 3. And then we need to sketch the line, right? Then we need to sketch the line. So let's go ahead and do it. All right. Y-intercept is +4. So in our point of origin, and the y-intercept is on the y-axis. So from our point of origin, go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's where our y-intercept is, right here. That's where our y-intercept is, right there. Okay, now the line goes down 1/3. Down 1/3. So I'm going to go down 1/3. 1, 2, 3. So that's where my next point is going to be, right there. Okay. I went down 1 and over 3. And now I need to draw the line. Now I need to draw the line. All right. So let's start here. This line is going down. It's going down. Okay. So I did everything I was just told. I put in the y-intercept of 4. The slope was down 1/3, down 1/3, and I sketched the line. All right. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's move on. Let's go to, I'm actually going to do number 4. All right. So, as you see again, the slope is negative. The y-intercept is 3. So I'm going to my point of origin, go up 1, 2, 3. So here is the first point. That's the first point, okay? We get rid of the sloppy. All right, now from this point, I need to do the slope. From this point, go down 3. Let's change it up. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and over 2. 1, 2. So that's going to be my next point right here. So the first point was right here. And the second point is what we just did. Okay, good. So let's answer some of these questions because they asked us to answer the questions. The y-intercept is 3. The slope is -3/2. Now it says identify the y-intercept and slope and then graph the line. So if you didn't graph the line, you would not be finished. So graph the line. Now let's go to some other ones that might be a little trickier. They might be very tricky. There's someone that are going to try to trick you. So check this and do ones that are trying to trick you. These are trying to trick you, okay? So you're saying, hold up, it's y equals mx plus b. I don't see a b here. I don't see a plus b. Well, just imagine that there's a 0 there. Okay. Looking at this one, number 5, y equals -x. Well, I don't see the plus b, and I don't see anything in front of the x. is really -1/1x plus 0. All right. So when you see a negative x, it's actually a -1/1x. And here's something we need to keep in mind. Slope is up and down over to the right. Well, if you have 9/1 as your slope, you can just put 9. If you have -3/1 as your slope, you can put -3. So the y-intercept here is going to be 0, or y-intercept is going to be 0. All right. And so now it says that the slope is -1 to, okay, so I go down 1, go to the right 1. So my next point is right here. I can do it again. Go down 1 to the right 1, right here. So draw my line and I'm good. Now, if you have an eraser, you can erase the movements because that's the part that they want to see, okay? So the y-intercept is 0. The slope is -1 or -1/1. It's the same thing. Okay, let's look at this one. Now, it said negative y equals -3. And if you see, it has the +0 in there, but I put that in there. When we first looked at it, it looked like this, right? When we first looked at it, that's the way we look. But if you see that, if it's missing the b, you can just imagine that it's 0, okay? Good. So now let us proceed. The y-intercept is 0. So back here, that's where it is on the y line. Y-intercept is 0. And the slope is -3, which is really -3/1. -3/1. So I'm going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3, and go over 1. Go down 3. All right, so now I'll draw my line, and my line will go through both points. You can keep or you can erase the movement lines, but that's how you do it. So don't let that trick you. Don't let that trick you. You know, if you don't see the 0, you don't see the B. If you don't see the B, that means add 0. And if you don't see the slope as a fraction, if you don't see it as a fraction, just add a 1 under it. And then you'll be perfectly right. So those are the tricky ones. All right. So I think you're good to go.